How many victims have to come forward? Weinstein, Cosby, R. Kelly, Trump. What do they all have in common? Alleged victims or victims. Weinstein, 80 people had to come forward before Weinstein was brought down. Cosby, over 60 women had to stand up together to bring him down. R. Kelly, 120, 130. All these victims had to come forward to make their perpetrator held accountable for their actions. So the question remains, how many victims have to come forward before the tangerine twat waffle in the Oval Circus is held accountable and brought to justice for the actions that he has perpetrated against children? So it becomes a question, why do we have to wait for the files from a dead person to bring forward charges when there are live people right now in this world that have stories and their voices are being silenced? If the Epstein files were such a hoax or a Democratic hoax, why is it that the DOJ is going throughout the whole holiday season redacting files as fast as a meth addict is tearing down a radio at 2 o'clock in the morning? It is profoundly disturbing to realize that we have a Department of Justice that's supposed to be standing for justice, hindering justice. We have a felon in the White House who's supposed to be standing for truth, honor, and respect and upholding the Constitution, yet turning it into a pretzel to help protect himself and his billionaire cronies that have done harm to people that were innocent. Yes, the innocent victims should have their voices heard. We shouldn't be watching a Department of Justice try so hard to fight for those voices to be silenced. They should be fighting to make their voices heard. And as I said in the original post, the redactions that seem to be failing or not working out quite so well because things are still getting leaked out sounds more like voices from within the enemy trying to give breadcrumbs to the rest of us to show us exactly where we have to go so that we can find the evidence to bring down the corruption that is trying to control the government and trying to silence the people all around. Because we are being silenced and the victims aren't getting to have their voices heard. They're not getting the safety and the closure they need to be able to move on with their lives. So we have to ask the questions, why are we allowing this to continue? When do we stand up and say, no more? You must be held accountable. So the question remains, how many victims have to stand up and come forward before the tangerine twat waffle is held accountable, just like Weinstein, just like Bill Cosby, just like R. Kelly, just like P. Diddy? We need answers now. Transparency is what this administration swore to give us, yet they've done nothing but cloud, smoke and mirror, everything, just to protect the tangerine twat waffle in the Oval Circus. What do you think? Please share a comment, make your voice heard, and share this with more people, because it's time for the silence to stop and the light to be brought back into the United States where it belongs.